Hey guys, so today we're going to deal with inflation and appreciation as part of interest and depreciation. So, what is inflation and appreciation? Well, they're very interesting terms. Inflation is the increase in the prices of items and services in the world that we live in. And normally they're associated with the workers' wages and salaries that also go up and inflate. So in Australia, the annual inflation rate is generally between 2 and 3%. While appreciation, very similar, but it means when items increase in value over time, such as artwork or collectible items. So for this, we can use the same formula we use for compound interest because it still uses the future value foundation. So it's the same formula, future value equals present value 1 plus r is a fraction to the power of number of periods. So let's go through a few examples. Example 1. A new vehicle costs that much today. If inflation remains constant at 2.4% per annum or per year, what will be the price of a new car in 4 years' time? So we want to know the future value to the nearest cent. Okay, so we use the present value, the future value formula. Future value equals the present value. 1 plus the rate as a fraction to the power of the number of periods. And when we chuck that in the calculator, we can see this car will now be worth $54,971.18 in 4 years' time at the 2.4% per annum rate. Let's move on to example 2. So example 2 says, the current price of an item is $6.30. Calculates its price 10 years ago. So we want to calculate whatever its price was 10 years ago if the inflation rate was a constant 2.8% per annum during this time. Round up your answer to the nearest 10 cents. So you'll see I'm underlining what the question is asking me to find out and what it's asking me to round off to. Well, this is a little bit trickier because they've already given me the future value. So I just work backwards. I don't know the present value. So technically reading this, it's saying, okay, in the future, it's $6.30. What was it 10 years ago? So I can put everything into this formula except for the present value. So I have my rates over 100 and I have my 10 as my number of periods. So then I simplify this side here and I get this number. And you see I don't round off when I'm doing that. So I still have that number times PV, present value. And how do I get present value by itself? Well, I divide both sides by this number. And I get the present value is that. Now it says to round up to the nearest 10 cents. So 779 becomes 80 cents. $4.80 to the nearest 10 cents. Let's go on to the last example. The last example says, Susie bought a block of land for $623,432 and it appreciated at a rate of 6.25% per annum or per year. Calculate its value after 3 years, correct to 3 significant places. So again, we just chuck this into the future value formula and we get that answer. But what we need to do now is round this off to 3 significant places. First significant place, if I use another color, first significant place, second and third, that means I look at that 7 and that changes whatever's before it. So that becomes now 748,000, 3 significant figures. And if you don't know how to do significant figures, go look at my previous videos on significant figures. Okay, I have 3 quick questions here for your practice. Do these questions, pause the video while you're doing them, and then unpause them to go through the recommended answers. Okay, so you should be finished by now. Hopefully you got them all right. Mark them off. Till next time, take care.